social science with a minor in international studies. During her college career, she did a lot of things. She competed internationally with the Park City snowboarding team. She volunteered with the International Rescue Committee and Best Friends Animal Society. She participated in 2 Hinckley Institute internships and just barely returned home from Washington, D.C., where she interned with the Assistant Secretary for Planning and Evaluation of Health and Human Services. After graduation, she hopes to start a career in environmental advocacy and eventually hopes to be able to lobby on an international level for the protection of our human environment. So please join me in welcoming Blair to the podium.
Pretty sure I just forgot my whole speech. Good morning, esteemed faculty, fellow graduates, family, and friends. I am honored, if not totally shocked, that I am addressing you today, because not too long ago, I did what you're not supposed to do. At 21, I quit school, got a tattoo, sorry Dad, and I picked up and moved to Indonesia to become a scuba diving instructor. I was completely convinced that college was for chumps and I would never come back. I'm eating those words today. Just 2 years ago today, I was standing on the deck of a dive boat in Oahu, staring at white sand beaches in the distance with spinner dolphins playing in the wake beside me. I spent my free time surfing, cliff jumping, and generally giving my poor mother gray hair. So naturally, a question that I get all the time is, why the heck did you come back? It's a fair question. Sorry, there's a lot of people here today. Social and behavioral science is defined as a science that derives its concepts based on the observation of the behavior of living organisms. For me, the best way to become a good social scientist was to just get out there and live. So that's what I did. I've spent about 4 months in Bali, and being able to dive there every day was an absolutely life-changing experience. The ocean had truly become my second home, and it gave me life and nourished my soul. I've stared into the eyes of a manta ray a mere foot in front of my face. I've been dwarfed by a humpback whale and heard their calls so loudly that I felt the vibrations in my chest. I've seen healthy corals in every color of the rainbow, and I've even pet the dorsal fin of an adult white-tipped reef shark. So maybe you can sympathize with my mom now. I went from the pristine waters of Bali with its incredibly diverse ecosystem to Oahu, where most of the reef is dead or dying, and what's left of the wildlife is suffering along with it. It wasn't unusual to pick up trash or free coral heads from long lines. During one of my routine afternoon dives, a small turtle drifted by me with an illegal stainless steel longline hook stuck in his fin. And he patiently waited and watched while I removed it for him. And then he swam alongside me until the dive was over. Needless to say, this experience really stuck with me, and it's what brought me here today. I could no longer ignore the state of the world that had become my second home, and I knew that I wanted to be a part of the solution. Too long had I seen threatened or endangered species being served for dinner, marine mammals injured by boats or fishing line, and healthy coral being choked by pollution and warming ocean temperatures. So I traded turquoise waters and tropical weather for the unpredictable 1950s charm of Orson Spencer Hall. I traded stuffing sunburned tourists into wetsuits for the ability to explain the ethicality of international fishing laws. I traded being a participant for being an active observer. I messed that up. I traded being an observer for being an active participant. Basically, I traded a dream for a social science degree, and I don't regret it for a second. There are so many basic questions that we all face as we graduate today. Will I get a job? Will I succeed in what we call adult life? Will I be living in my parents' basement a few months from now? In the immortal words of Tina Fey, there are no mistakes, only opportunities. Move to Bali because you feel like it, pull a Will Ferrell and mooch off your mom's meatloaf, or decide that you want to change the world, but most of all, don't be afraid to take life for all that it has to offer, and dream big. Your degree is such an incredible gift and a powerful tool. Don't be afraid to use it. So, fellow youths, never forget, though we may not live forever on this jolly good old sphere, while we do, we'll live a life of merriment and cheer. When our college days are over and night is drawing nigh, with parting breath, we'll sing that song, A Utah Man of Mine. Go Utes!